Hello guys, Ras Krachin here, and today in our discussion our subject can face the challenge speed control under saddle. And a lot of us, and I'm included, faces this challenge with different horses, different breed of the horses, to control their speed in the walk, trot, and lope. The way how I'm going to design this video, going to put this video together, we're going to have two parts. We're going to have discussion. I'm going to explain you where in my opinion, where this miscommunication start between educator and horseman and how to solve this problem. And second part is going to be actually, I'm going to take 2-year-old horse and I'm going to perform under saddle and explain to you my ideas in different facets, because each horse completely different, but methods the same, just have to apply different lengths of the time or different way the same methods to different horse, to his mental and physical abilities. So you can truly understand, first of all, where I come from, my ideas, I mean. That's why I have discussion in the first part of the video. And the second video, you actually see the reality, how I ride the horse and explain the animal to control their speed in the walk, trot, and lope. So I struggle so many years with speed control, and I'm not different than anybody else. I changed it. Beats, that's the most important. I changed the beats. I have shank beats, I have tie downs, I have draw reins, I have German martingales. I run horses in the tight circles so that I can slow down. I back up horses very fast when they're try to increase the speed. I back them up. I stop them. I said, "You're not allowed to travel." And all these tools that I use and previous methods that I use in my life, they never get me nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I never have a success. I was going home mad, upset, on myself, not the horses. I not understand how to fix this problem. So in this video, actually, what I designed, that's a question from a True Grit member. Member asked me, "Russ, I need help with face a challenge with speed control." And that's actually this page, face a challenge, I designed in Academy. It's actually a reason behind, because when I apply the methods, people watch me and they follow the methods, but they face challenges because they have different horses than I do. They perform differently. They never can be me, right? So that's why members, they're sending me the questions with challenges, and I try to help them to put different facets on the problem, on the challenge, so person can succeed. And also, person talk to me on the phone. A lot of members calling me and discuss with me different situations and problem, how to solve this problem or refine the method, or if they're not understand methods I explain online, then I explain the phone, discuss, and etc. So then was very, very long process to understand the speed control. Okay. Reality, after all methods that I develop and education, I understand speed control. That's just emotion. That's a mental emotion that will transfer. That's very important. I'm saying right now, guys, pay attention. That's a mental emotion that transfer to the physics. Okay, because physics cannot speed up without anxieties. Okay, because it's going to be just a vegetable with muscles, tendons, and joints and blood vessels and etc. Mental abilities will never think, never have relaxation, never will have anxiety, and it will be just a robot. It will be just a vegetable, travel all the time on the same speed, never speed up, never slow down, travel all the time on the same speed, because emotions not involved. And like you know, for 9 years I was in a professional sport, and we practice. When I was in the sport for 4 years, better say, and the rest of the 5 years I was in a professional sport. And we practice twice a day, and we practice 6 days a week, okay? We live in a special camp. We have to wake up in the morning, we practice. It's not school, it's just a sport, strict sport. And a lot of us cannot, I think it's probably was 50 or 60 sportsmen who was in a professional sport, and a lot of us cannot control emotions. We fall apart. It was painful, it was frustrated, it was anger, because coach wants results. He doesn't want to just feed you and train you for nothing. Same like we working with our horses. We want to have results. It's everything what I'm saying right now. It's related to speed control. And some people just put head down and they work very hard, and they control emotions. And some people, some students, they go back home, they cry, and it's a man, they cry. They're yelling back on the coach, and coach kicked them out of the gym. It was a lot of mess. And that's what I'm saying right now, that everything happened between us, as educators and horses. Some horses can control emotions and stress, and some horses not. So for example, you're walking with horse in an arena, or in a field, whatever, and something start to move. Curtains start to move, or trees start to move, or we see deer in the field, or other person walk in an arena when you ride with other horse or with other horse. What's happened? Emotion rises up, and horse start to walk faster, look faster. So what's happened with rider or handler on the ground with the horse? His emotions start to rise up. Two emotions together, and it's a just mess. Big mess, okay? So, and that's how I start to think when I train horses. I go to different clinics, I bought many different videos, and flex horses, disengage hind horse very hard when horse speed up, make them travel on a tight circle, running much faster, so they're going to be tired and relax and slow down. And I realized, and I done all these exercises. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's absolutely the truth. And I realized all these exercises in horses, when they cannot, I repeat, cannot control emotions, they're getting even much more hyper. The emotions completely fall apart, because if he is upset already and I'm going to put him in a tight circle, he's going to be even much more nervous. He's not going to say, okay, Raz, don't put me. He is not a human being, they're animal. He's using surviving instinct. Why horses give to the pressure and release? It's a surviving instinct, and that's why I explained you cannot develop muscle memory with pressure and release. Anyway, it's a different subject. So then you speed up the horse so he can slow down. Then he wants to run even much faster. Then you disengage hindquarters, and you can hear the lungs going even much getting more upset. So I said myself, then put twisted bit in the horse mouth. Then put shank bits that tie their chin to the chest. Everything I will gonna dominate you physically, so you can submit, control emotion with fear. I said, no, not interested, absolutely not interested. I never have success, never have success. And a lot of times we're riding, we're not riding $50,000, $60,000 horses, what already bred with generation, with very good genetics, with mental and physical ability. I'll come back and say genetics. We're riding, most of the time, we're riding ordinary horses, or their grandfather was champion. And we're facing the challenges with our horses. And I guarantee, probably from 50 horses, one horse is going to be a great horse. Okay? So anyway, I start to, we have to deal with regular what we have. And, and we have to deal with that, and we have to train this and enjoy this. So it's have to make sense to horse and me. So then, when I started to develop my methods, I start to think, how, come back again to my sport, how coach educate me, how he truly educate me. And I have two coaches in my life, and I explain this story, so you can watch previous videos if you never heard about that. One coach, he have a lot of success. He have a lot of success, but he train, you have to do it now, 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 now. And he trained Olympic champions, he trained champions, he trained local champions, he trained national champions. He have very good success. And I've been under this trainer. I was trained by him for 2 years. And I absolutely hate his guts till today, till today. And my brother, he was practicing the same group with me. This coach was for him God. He loves this coach to death. And when we grow up, my brother, he have fencing school. He continue his sport, and he is a trainer. And he all the time telling me, Russ, this coach is amazing. This coach is amazing. After even we grow up, we don't have this conversation when we was young. And I said, this coach masochist. He is a terrible person, and he doesn't know how to educate mental and physical ability. He's dominating. And if he find this sheep what gonna put tail underneath, he's gonna say, yes sir, do everything with me. He will train him to death and he make him champion. When he gonna find the student who gonna say, you're not gonna dominate me, teach me, he gonna say, go away, you're not good enough. And I was one of this. I remember he gave me private lesson, and he gave me some exercise, and I cannot succeed. And he started to fix my knee with sword all the time, tap, tap, tap. Eventually, I have bloodlines, and I start to cry under mask. And he told me, "You're a girl." Go. So he kicked me out. And no, I throw on him sword. A sword. I was very angry. I just throw sword on him, and I walk away. And he said, he called me names and etc. And he called to my parents and he said, I don't want to see him in the gym anymore. He threw the sword and he not respect me and etc. And I explained to my parents, I don't want to be educated with fear. I want to be educated with methods. Even at this young age, I was in the grade 6 or 7, I already understand it have to exist methods. And probably this coach, second coach, he probably watched me from the bench, how I perform. So he called me after these 2 weeks and said, Russ, please come back to gym. I would like to work with you. And other coach was very angry, but anyway. But what I want to try to say, this coach, what second coach teach me, everything was method, step, explanation. I'm slowly graduating myself so you can truly understand what I'm talking about. To the final point. So everything was broke on the small pieces, on the methods, and after when pieces was educated piece by piece, method by methods, speed was included, okay? Because other trainer wants speed immediately, without perfectionism, without the methods, and that's why some of the students cannot handle that. So then I start to think about this, how my coach was educated, and I say, it's before speed we have to have under saddle. We have to develop mental and physical abilities on the ground. How many times we as a student, before we got a sword, we run, walk, slow, sit down, run very fast, slow. Many different exercises before we even got the sword and start to practice. Basketball player, you think they are given right away ball and they run with ball? They practice many different coordination exercises, left and right. So they develop their body. And after they give them the basketball. And then they're practicing all these physical exercises with basketball, and they start to increase the speed. And that's why emotions will gonna be all the time level and steady. But if you're gonna give me sword right away, or you give me basketball right away and ask me to speed up to the net and throw, I'm gonna tangle with my feet, fall down my head, I'm gonna be crying, and my emotions gonna raise up. It's gonna be a mess. But with horses, that's we all the time saying, we in the sport, we train. They're athletes. We have to feed them as an athlete. We have to train them as an athlete. So train them as an athlete. Think them about as a sportsman. Not disengage their hindquarters or time in a tight circle, or back them up very hard, or run them much faster. So if we want to think they're sportsmen, we have to train them the same way like we train ourselves. So it's everything slowly I explain it, but it's important to understand. So then when I start to work with young horses in the round pen, come back to our round pen all the time. I also all the time say round pen is like an ocean with questions and answers. You can swim down and never gonna find all answers for your question, because it's a great, amazing tool to teach horse so many different things emotionally and physically before you jump on the saddle and struggle right there. And not just run your horse in a circle and join up with your back. It does not make sense. So then when I started to work with young horses in round pen, a lot of horses was pretty hot. They're running, they sweat, they travel forward. It's not balance, no coordination. They're just running very fast. So I said to myself, missing link right there, something missing. We have to think a little bit much deeper. So I said myself, can horse walk? Yes. Can horse trot? Yes. Ask me these simple questions. Can my horse lope? Yes. Where I can start to educate that? Under saddle. So I'm gonna run horse for 3 days in round pen, put saddle, back my horse, jump under saddle and start to teach horse all this under saddle. And saying I'm gonna educate the athlete, not make sense. Not connect to each other, my words with education. So then I said, okay, let's practice speed control. And when I'm saying first level from True Grit Academy, from foundation program, discover philosophy methodology in round pen, it is discover philosophy, because I come back again and saying again, I did not discover round pen work, but I discovered my philosophy and my methods in round pen. And I'm using this round pen for a good success for a horse and me. And help people so that I can succeed, and my members so that I can succeed with horses. So I said myself, I'm gonna teach you speed control, first of all, free, without restricting horse. Remember previous videos, I explained restricting horse with halter and rope, when horse cannot travel on the lunge line. And I'm going to ask a question, can we teach horse immediately without round pen speed control on the lunge line? Can we? Absolutely not. Horse is going to pull, run away, and excel. Can we teach horse speed control in a round pen, what I explained in the previous videos? If horse not understand consistent forward motion, you already know what this consistent means, and consistently in the forward motion. If horse already, I better say like this, if horse not understand immediate cue, pay attention what I'm saying right now. If horse not understand immediate cue for a walk, trot, or lope, or just go forward motion to the left or to the right, can you teach horse speed control? Absolutely not. because you're going to start to dominate with your whip, throwing lasso, etc. So what's happened? Anxiety. Already anxiety exists. Horse going to run for because of the fear. How in the future you can control this emotion? You can already, you elevate this all emotions up, the maximum, till his ears. He already upset, he already running. You're going to start to slow down horse, again you're going to start to move emotions up, all the way up. So what we actually have to achieve before we're going to teach horse speed control in the round pen? Consistent and consistently. That's how important. Consistent, it's a bounce this ball. Work with the sword. Work with his fingers. Work with the shoulder. Work with his elbow. Move your feet. Be balanced. Consistently continue doing this exercise and be balanced in coordination. And now I'm going to add it to your speed. When you develop all that, takes time? Yes, takes time, long time. You remember from the previous videos I explained how long you stay in the round pen. From 1.5 till 3 months, depends on the horse mental and physical abilities. Depends. Some horses, like a students, going to understand like a human students, can understand very fast, and some horses don't. It takes longer to teach them. So when we accomplish this consistently very well, then you ask your voice command. Again, remember talking about for each speed you have to be very disciplined with your voice command and not mix them. So that's why I said we have to first of all teach horse speed control in a round pen. Walk, trot, and lope. Very important, again, when you're teaching speed control, horse have to understand, pick up speed immediately. From the walk to the trot, slow down your horse. Again on the walk, again pick up trot. Again slow down your horse on the walk. Again pick up trot. How are you going to slow down your horse from the walk to trot? Turn outside. We already learned this from the previous videos. How are you going to ask your horse pick up the speed from the walk to trot? Increase your energy with your voice command and with your body language. Exactly the same from the trot to lope. Increase your energy. Change your voice command. Change your body language. Again, slow down your horse from the lope to trot. And again, apply from the trot to lope. And then you're going to see horse going to learn from the walk to pick up the trot. Slow down. From the walk, pick up the trot. Slow down. From the walk, pick up the trot. Slow down. What you teach your horse right now? Control what? Emotions. Emotions. If he can control emotion with your voice command, body language, and energy, the most important, energy. What you developing between you and your horse? Trust. Understanding body language. That's how animal communicate. It'd be very nice, say, Slash or Rose or Badger or Playboy, please slow down. No, they read your body language. They read your energy. So that's a great tool to teach horse the speed control in a round pen. So they truly will start to trust you with that. Then from the trot, pick up the lope. Slow down the trot. Turn outside, release energy. Again, pick up the lope. Slow down the trot. Again, pick up the lope. Slow down on the trot. Again, pick up the lope. Slow down on the walk. That's a lot of knowledge how to apply the turn outside to read horse shoulders, so horse will going to slow down. Then you mix the speed. Pick up the trot immediately. Pick up the lope immediately. Pick up the walk immediately. Pick up the lope immediately. Then you start to mix everything. And you're going to see, maybe first month you're going to see monster in the round pen. And that's the honest truth. You will never going to fix this in 1-2 days. Horse going to start to run down, maybe very fast and not control them. Go back to the different wall in the round pen. Release everything. Release this atmosphere from this round pen. and go back again, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, over and over and over and over. If you want to have a performance horse, if you want to horse control emotions, what else you're going to learn? You're going to start to develop your trust from this horse. You're going to start to trust this animal. I have a lot of times questions asked how I can trust my horse in the trails, to ride in the trails. That's where you start. I'm not going to talk about this right now. That's where you start. He trusts you or she trusts you. You trust her or trust him. That's where communication starts. Okay? So when you accomplish very well, that's so important to spend this time. And when you finish this very well in the round pen, then you go and remove the round pen and practice everything in the lunge line. Exactly the same what you done in the round pen. And I explained you all in the previous videos, all face challenges, what they can face challenge in the lunge line and how to solve this problem and educate the horse in the round pen. So that's, in my opinion, that's where the speed control starts. Not restricting horse with halter and rope in the open space in the field in the arena so he can drag you around and you pull or create severe halters so he can, or choking halter their nose so they don't pull. And no, physically, free. Only what are you doing? You're restricting horse space, that's all. Because if horse not going to slow down for you with body language and voice command, if you not understand, he never will slow down and he will never going to control him. So that's a truth coming, reality truth coming with communication. It's very easy to put halter and rope and start to pull on the horse, disengage hindquarters with rope and run around and make him tired and afraid and submit to you. And it's much harder, and have much more knowledge. You're going to have much more knowledge and trust and communication with your horse when horse free. Can you truly communicate with your horse? Can you truly understand his ears, his muzzle, his eyes, his shoulders, his ribcage, his hindquarters? Can you truly go through his brain to understand if he is control emotion and fear? Or you just apply these methods because somebody told you to apply these methods and you're a robot and you repeat and repeat and repeat this? Try this. Take this round pen. Try to communicate with your horse. Maybe you don't have to step, walk, trot, lope. Maybe you have to do today only 2 steps on the trot and walk. Let him stay still and see how he breathes, how he controls emotion. If his ears going 100 miles an hour, if you're looking back all the time, he is nervous. Relax, breathe. Release your energy. He will gonna read this. That's a speed control. Believe it or not, that's a speed control. A lot of times when I'm riding horse under saddle and I can see, like I'm training from 8 to 11 horses every day. I am tired. When I'm going to the number 9, 10, 11, or 8 horse, end of the day, it's 10 o'clock at night. My hand's not the same, my cue's not the same. I am tired. I'm hungry. I want to go home. I want to take a shower. I want to relax. And I have to train one more horse. What I'm doing? Relax. And I start to work. And if I can't, I'm going to put horse away. I'm not going to train because I'm not going to get results. Okay? So if you truly want to start to communicate with your horse and understand the speed control and develop this trust and communication, it's very loud words and everybody using them, but that's the truth. If you truly want to have this communication and speed control, horse understand cues from you, your desire from the different speeds, so he can travel on different speeds. Put him in a round pen. Where liberty come from? From here, not from the lunge line. Spend time with your horse. Horse is going to be completely different animal. Completely different animal. Okay, so that's a my philosophy what connect to the physical method, so you can actually see how round pen will, first of all, will develop this communication between your horse, and you will understand the speeds. And you truly will, I just truly want you to understand this. Horse will start to truly read you as a leader, as a communicator, as a partner. It's going to be a completely different animal if you just follow the steps. Okay, it's not a magic. Okay, don't take me wrong. It's not a magic. It's not just a beautiful word. It's a hard work, dedication every day to get to good result. Okay, so we're gonna stop for this video, and please watch second part when I'm gonna start to write 2 years old what already accomplished foundation program 4 levels, and you can see how he's control emotion under saddle when for different speeds. And I'm gonna explain you about collection, about neck muscles, about seat of the rider's seat, about your legs. If I'm gonna remember everything under saddle, I will gonna try to my best to help you, so you're gonna have amazing result with your horse when you travel on the walk, trot, and lope.